Hello, welcome to On My Watch. Today's video is about what to watch while buying a watch. So I've just split this video into two categories of one is what are the things that you need to check on the personal front, and the other one is what are the things that you need to actually check on the watch that you buy. So let's check what the things that matter on the personal front. First and foremost thing is what is your budget? How much are you willing to spend for a watch? What is the buffer that you intend or you can splash out for a watch? So knowing this really helps you because it helps you focus on what you want to buy rather than looking at a lot of other things like a lot of expensive watches and feeling bad about it. No matter what the budget is, there is always a good watch in all price bands. It is wise to check watches which are slightly higher than your budget based on the buffer you've set, obviously, because most of the times what I've found is that there is something slightly better on the fringes. Number two, is there a purpose or occasion for which you are buying the watch? So are you buying it as a work wear, or is it for a special occasion, or is it a casual watch, a field watch? So understanding what the purpose helps you a lot, while looking for a watch, because it limits and filters out lots of noise, and also it helps you try and figure out the materials which your watch should be made of, because based on the usage, the materials and the components of the watch change. Third point on the personal front, and I think it is one of the most key things which people miss all the time, is what is your wrist size. So if you think that your wrist size doesn't matter while buying a watch, then I'm sorry to say you're wrong. It matters a lot because it defines your attire. The bigger was better, and that has started to change. Now it's not the case. So you need to wear a watch that suits you physically, else no matter how big or costly the watch is, it is always going to look like a misplaced item on your wrist. Okay, those are the three things on the personal front that you should be looking at. Now let's get into what you look for in a watch. So first thing that I'd emphasize is always ensure that the watch is from a watch brand and not a fashion brand. So when I say fashion brand, all the watchmakers, they just produce watches, they don't do much else. But fashion brands are people who actually primarily do something else like clothing lines or shoes. So I'd encourage to stay away from fashion brands, at least when you start off. It's better to go for watchmaker because they know what they're doing. It's far more better quality checked and far more well balanced in all aspects when you buy watches from a watchmaker. Second thing is your requirements, so the purpose you buy it for, like what type of strap it can have, what water resistance it has, and whether it has features like stopwatch and all these things. These are the things you need to look for, and again, this, as I said, depends on what you've set on the personal side as to what you're buying this watch for, the purpose of the occasion. Understand what that is and filter the watches. So third thing, never ever buy a watch for the MRP. There is always a place where the watch is sold less than MRP, and how less, well, that depends on how hard you look. So never ever buy a watch for MRP. Sometimes due to factors like sale or specification or even human error, watch is going to be priced less or less than MRP, far less than MRP, but still good value for the money you pay. So just don't buy a watch on a whim, and always look out for offers that come on. Fourth, look for the actual images of the watch. The photos from the manufacturer are misleading most of the times. They make the watches look good, that's the intent, and they pay photographers to make it look good, but most of the times deceives you in the shape or the color or the relative size. Like it could really feel big on the photo, but in real it could be small, things of that sort. So always look for customer uploaded images if you're looking online, or if you can check an online review in YouTube or somewhere where you can actually see the watch physically being handled. Or if you have a local dealer, you just can check out the local dealer. These things help you understand how the watch actually fits in your scheme of things. Point number 5, Watches always have variants. So variants are same watches released in different flavors, like a different color dial or a different color case or a different type of strap. So all these things are variants of the same model. And what I've found is that the variants have different prices as well. So you're most likely to find a variant which is lower in price, maybe some higher in the price as well. And then it gives you another level of cushion where you can go and see whether if you can really want to buy that watch which is lower priced, because most of the times it's very minor changes that are done to the watches, and sometimes you get like huge difference in price, really huge difference in price. Next thing to check is the seller's rating. You can't expect the rating to be 100% positive all the time, but at least it should be in the higher 80s or 90s. Don't go for a seller whose rating is less than 80%. You're more likely to get a fake product or a bad service or both. So ensure that you check the ratings before you complete your online purchase. The penultimate thing which trumps all the rules, or most of the rules, if not all the rules, is that if you really like a watch and if it doesn't suit with points that I've just given you, just go and buy it. Just go for it. You're more likely to enjoy the watch rather than a watch which doesn't just suit because of some reason. If you really like the video, please click the like button, and if you really like the content, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.